From spy families with deadly secrets to dungeons where monster hunting turns into fine dining, this lineup pulls no punches. These new anime will have you hooked from the very first episode. This list has something for everyone, whether it's high-stakes action or offbeat fantasy, you're in for a wild ride. So without further ado, let's dive in. Number 8, Ragna Crimson. A meek apprentice obsessed with protecting his beloved partner, Leo, from flame-spewing dragons finds himself outmatched until his future self shows up with a doozy of a solution. Watch as a surge of power hits so hard, it sends Ragna hurtling from zero to dragon-slaying hero. And the best part, he still has no clue how to handle this brutal new edge, or the cryptic dragon ally who switched sides to team up with him. Don't expect a slow climb. This story thrusts Ragna into top-tier battles from the get-go, pitting him against monstrous dragons who could level cities on a whim. Think of it like starting with the final boss fight, followed by increasingly insane challenges that test the boundaries of Ragna's newfound strength. Meanwhile, Leo wrestles with seeing her once timid protector transform into a nearly unstoppable force, and dragons themselves reveal hidden agendas that complicate every clash. Number 7, Mission, Yozakura family.
Eye on her to shield her from the undesirables that plague our school's grounds.
How do you shake off a terrifying super spy who has his sights set on eliminating you? Simple, you marry into his family of covert operatives. At least, that's the solution for Taiyo Asano, a timid high schooler whose only friend happens to be Mutsumi, heir to the Yozakura spy clan. One shotgun wedding later, Taiyo's tangled in a world of booby-trapped living rooms, espionage-inclined in-laws, and a father-in-law who tracks daily progress the way normal families check grocery lists. From comedic training montages like hacking practice with the cyber-genius sister-in-law to high-stakes ops involving exploding wedding cakes, there are non-stop hijinks in Asano's life. Yet, Taiyo's love for Mutsumi fuels every daring move he makes. Plus, living up to her merciless but secretly caring big brother Kyoichiro's standards is no small task. The Yozakura family special blooming power, triggered by blossoming cherry petals, adds a dash of offbeat magic.
Walking on flowers. It's their secret method of walking silently at high speeds.
Number 6, Orb, on the movement of the earth. Set in a strict theocracy where whispering, "the Earth orbits the Sun," can land you on a burning stake, it's time to dial tension up to 11 from its very first minute. A young prodigy named Raffles stumbles upon forbidden heliocentric research, a mind-blowing notion in his 15th century world. Naturally, the church wants it crushed. Imagine hiding star charts in secret passageways while cloaked inquisitors lurk around every corner. The setup is equal parts history lesson and epic drama. When tragedy strikes, Raffles' quest for truth passes from one generation to the next, so the story flips perspectives faster than a smuggled manuscript. You'll meet knights turned scholars, disillusioned monks, and even church insiders wrestling with whether knowledge is worth the price of heresy. And it goes big, tackling the timeless clash between dogma and progress with a swirl of pulsing emotional beats. If historical drama with high stakes and revolutionary spirit is your jam, get ready to cheer on these underdog scholars as they fight for something bigger than themselves. Number 5, Buddy Daddies. Two deadliest assassins around, Kazuki and Rei, have zero problems dealing with mobsters, traitors, and showering a hail of bullets upon enemy hideouts. What they're not ready for? A 4-year-old girl wandering around into their crossfire and calling them Papa. Suddenly, these top-tier killers are juggling daycare logistics, bedtime stories, and grocery lists in the middle of takedown missions. It's not all diapers and doilies though. The underworld still wants them, and the little girl Miri might hold secrets that bring even more trouble their way. One moment they're ambushing a gangster's hideout, the next they're bickering over how to stop Miri from redecorating the safe house walls with crayons. Comedic chaos meets heartfelt father-daughter bonding, and all the while, Kazuki reckons with his tragic past and Rei grapples with learning how to care for someone besides himself.
Day when you've got a kid to take care of. I'm so tired.
Number 4, the 100 girlfriends who really, really love you.
So, What's going on here?
An unlucky love life hits cosmic absurdity, and this harem comedy dialed up to maximum chaos. Poor Rentaro confesses to 100 girls, gets rejected 100 times, and then discovers the universe glitched on him. He should have exactly one soulmate, but now he has 100. If he doesn't return all their feelings, they literally die. No pressure. Cue the most over-the-top romance you've ever seen, as every tropey archetype, tsundere, childhood friend, mad scientist, idol, descends upon Rentaro ready to swoon. Instead of picking just one, he does the only sane thing, date them all at once, and surprisingly, they're all cool with it. Imagine juggling 100 girlfriends who each demand affection and holiday dates. Number 3. Dark Gathering. Like your anime with a dash of spectral terror, this world drops a ghost-phobic college kid into a supernatural minefield. Keitaro, who attracts vengeful spirits without trying, falls in with a pint-sized ghost hunter named Yayoi, who treats him more like living bait than a protective buddy. From their very first haunted house exploration, the tension skyrockets, placing them face to face with malicious entities that make your hair stand on end. Yet there's an oddball charm to their dynamic. Yayoi may be as eerie as they come, capturing spirits like twisted collectibles, but her motive is heartbreakingly personal. She hopes to save her mother from a dire paranormal fate. In between exorcisms gone wrong, they rope in Keitaro's ghost-obsessed friend, forming a crew that's part comedic, part creepy, and always on edge. Every new case unlocks a more sinister layer, culminating in genuine jump scares and a sense that something very nasty is watching from the shadows. Horror meets buddy comedy with an emotional undercurrent strong enough to make you root for these weirdos as they take on each new haunted site.
It was finding a nasty spirit.
I'm going to regret this.
Number 2. Dungeon Meshi.
Laios!
Lose your supplies and a dear party member to a dragon deep in a dungeon? Simple solution. Use the local monsters as your grocery store. This fantasy romp pushes you into a weird yet tantalizing culinary underworld where heroes prep basilisk steaks and fry up slime jelly. Laios, the party's resourceful leader, sees no reason to starve when there are tentacled critters wandering around waiting to become stir-fry. The fun lies in how Laios and his party flip between monster fighting action and cooking segments that double as comedic how-to guides for edible beasts. Watching them not only defeat foes, but cook them never gets old, especially with oddball dwarven chef Senshi revealing recipes that sound gross but look strangely delicious. Looming behind the gastronomic glee is the urgent need to rescue Laios' sister from the dragon's belly, so the stakes remain real, even if the comedic tone is front and center.
A resident. She's letting us stay.
Number 1. Pluto.
What is happening at Takashi's house, Professor? Please tell me what's going on. I can't help if I don't know anything.
A revered Swiss mountaineer robot is found gruesomely murdered, and not long after, a prominent human rights advocate for AI meets a similar fate. Everything points to a shadowy figure named Pluto, and the victims all share one thing: they rank among the world's most powerful robots. In a world of shadows and steel, Detective Geshet, one of the most advanced robots ever built, hunts a killer so unstoppable even top-tier AI might not stand a chance. The story layers on more paranoia, philosophical questions, and revelations about an old war that left deep scars on human-robot relations. It features robotic caregivers with hearts of gold and ex-soldiers haunted by the atrocities they witnessed. The line between human and machine empathy blurs as the narrative delves into themes of guilt, moral responsibility, and what it truly means to be alive.
Formula for the worst weapon known to man. One that could blow the earth to bits.